What overused word or phrase are you sick of? Narcissist. People love to call someone that, whenever they've been wronged by someone, yet don't understand what the disorder actually is. Truth is, most narcissists are very insecure people, and try to sway every situation into making them look good. The person that everyone knows, is all a facade because a narcissist fabricates themselves to what they think the best person in the room is. Just because your boyfriend cheated on you, or lied to you, doesn't mean he's a narcissist. He's just an ass. Any buzzwords from the trendy therapy speak side of the internet? I'm all for the societal acceptance of mental health struggles, but a lot of the conversation feels like shots in the dark at what actually constitutes using words like gaslighting, trauma, narcissistic, empath, self-care, etc. And when they're used incorrectly, it's only harming the people who need to be having these conversations with a licensed professional, as well as the common perception of mental illness as a whole. Mistakes were made. This phrase is just so derogatory, and when applied to a little understood problem, it completely devalues the problem itself and ridicules people working on solving it. Hindsight is 20/20. These days we're all so much more cautious. Abuse of this phrase to make catchy and sensational titles in the context of electronic and computer engineering made me quit subscribing to podcasts, YouTube channels and blogs. I'm tired of people calling each other Nazis. I don't think people know what a Nazi really is. As far as phrases, I have always fucking hated the phrase "Valp, you made your bed, now you have to lay in it." I know what the phrase means, but it's like no shit. If I made my fucking bed, I'm going to eventually lay down in it. Also, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. What the fuck? Get therapy. I don't think most people need therapy. I think they need to get a life, get some perspective, and talk to a person they trust. They also need to learn how to take feedback and self-reflect. For most people, it's a waste of time and money, and I think this promotion of seeking mental health makes us look weak and pathetic as a species. Any Gen Z buzzword. Like sus cringe-based, I may be part of Gen Z born incredibly early in the starting years of the Gen, but these words consistently infuriate me. Finna is another word that I hate. If you use this word unironically, that automatically means that you're telling me that you're completely untrustworthy with anything but they're your family. As someone who had a terrible family and home life growing up, it always infuriates me to no end when people just say that. I don't hate people for not understanding what it's like if they have a good family, but I hate when that kind of person tries to push their worldview onto me as if I'm doing something wrong. Ah, yes, just say what you have to say. Perhaps they are promoting this product. I don't know, perhaps they are a fan of Dubsy Fields? Why is it even necessary to say yes, unalive? Just say kill. But the app bans it. No, it doesn't. The only site I've seen that censors the word kill was funnily enough a porn site. I was today years old. Shut the absolute fuck up. No, because. Why would you start a sentence like that if you're not answering a yes or no question? 1 Seuss. I've been called stupid for so many kids who don't believe that Seuss was set in the 90s and it means suspect, not suspicious. 2 Big Dick Energy. There's nothing like taking a nice walk in your local park and hearing 10-year-old girls talking about classmates having big dick energy. Right now my son constantly says, "Oh good heavens," it's like every other sentence at this point. I guess it's better than his faux swears where he'll say phew ooh but cut it off right at the CK like we don't know what he's saying, but it's a constant repetition that gets to me. Fascist. People use it without knowing or understanding what it really is, nor understand its historical context. It's gotten to the point that if one wants to cast someone else he disagrees with in the worst possible light, they hang the fascist label on him. I'm incredibly tired of hearing the word chaotic. Everyone uses it to describe even the mildest of situations. Not everything is chaotic. If everything is chaotic, then nothing is. You especially do not get to describe yourself as chaotic. Get a new fucking word. Diversity, multicultural, equality. These words once had meaning. They'd wait. Today they are like coffee so thin you can see the bottom, and they usually represent bottom. Maybe I'm not tired of the words but the people throwing them around. Adulting, I did a thing. I'm sure there are more that I will remember later, but these 2 grind my fucking gears. Also, people who aren't Canadian but say they are done something. Motherfucker, the word with exists. You are done with something. ADHD. Every time I hear somebody say ADHD, it's always about some stupid fucking bullshit that's not related to ADHD. The ADHD urge to have a box of donuts right now, like OMFGSTF, you just get some donuts if you want to. As someone months away from 40, I feel like the 2,500 people I know like co-workers have run vibes into the of them use it multiple times per sentence. Consequently, my vibes are in shambles. I have never liked time over it. People use it to mean something bothers them and also that something no longer bothers them. When an idiomatic expression is an antonym of itself, it becomes useless. When people say have said when referring to a word they just used in a previous sentence. It's so dumb and pretentious and pompous. Like, we know what you just said. Just use the word that. Common sense. If you have never seen one before, common sense will not save you. People use the phrase common sense to cover up common ignorance. There is no such thing as fucking common sense. Irregardless. It's a double negative meaning it should be regarded. Less at the end of a word means not obtaining the qualities of the root word. Ear at the front of a word is the same. Body count and cringe. Every time I see someone talking about body count I wonder how they got away with killing all those people. And cringe just sounds bad in the way it's being used. Language evolves and all that, but every time I read OG I still think original gangster, so hearing phrases like this house still has its OG hardwood floors is a bit uncomfortable. This one is fairly new but I see so much people use it for no reason at all sometimes. Acoustic, which by the context of it just a nicer way of saying autistic or something I think. Tell me you're without telling me you're. And it's the for me bonus instead of laughing people caption I'm hollering or I'm dead, skull, or I'm deceased, skull. Gaslighting, living my best life, I love that for you me, vibe, feeling some kind of way, vulnerable. Probably a bunch more that I can't think of at the moment. IXYZ just reading watching this improbable physical reaction to watching a video, e.g. I dislocated my shoulder just watching this under an extreme workout video. I hate to be this guy but so. I'm autistic seems to have become the new I'm stressed and almost none of the people who use it actually have a clinical diagnosis. A lot of people love to call people narcissistic. I don't even think most know the meaning of the word and that it's an actual personality disorder that is rare. Back when I was in the corporate branding world, I had a real issue with passion. I was delighted when the show Silicon Valley showed me I wasn't alone. Using mental health terminology, like gaslight, abusive, or traumatic, to describe things they simply dislike or make them slightly uncomfortable. On Reddit, cringe. Username checks out. My guy. I know I'll get downvoted but can't believe I had to scroll down this far. We get it. Gaslighting. If you are using it correctly, then you will rarely use it. If you are using it often, you probably aren't using it correctly. Unpack. Not only is it overused but it is not used correctly. You do not unpack ideas, you explore ideas, you unpack backpacks, luggage and boxes. Woo! Bro, it's an emote using text, it's not a word and an expression. Tired of hearing this in almost all of social media sites. Oh, and people throwing around I'm so OCD or I have anxiety, shits on the people with those. This is my Roman Empire. I don't know what it means and I don't fucking care to know. All I know is I wanted to die. Wholesome or cozy. It's like a compulsion for people to point out every single thing that's even vaguely pleasant. The also, Queen King also, it's giving also, when people say freaking instead of just fuck, also, arrogant. Most people have no idea what it means at all, but as soon as they don't like you, you're arrogant. Insane. Anyone else noticed how everything is insane lately? Get a thesaurus you fucking internet addicts. Freedom. I think we are past the point of its meaning and now, just screaming it is a defense mechanism. Woke. Been literally butchered to hell to mean anything that even hints at empathy for another person. People describing any mildly good idea as a hack. No, Burger King, ordering a wrap is not a hunger hack. Triggering. Grow a freaking backbone, stop being traumatized and offended by every little thing. Gonna get a lot of hate for this, but that's what she said. I'm getting a bit tired of it tbh. Literally. Like. Also, living my truth. Maybe even, it's man by definite sir. Trauma. Yes, I know trauma is real. But not every inconvenient event is trauma or traumatizing. In regards to a movie. Who asked for this? Nobody asked for a lot of things that we now love. We've got company, the context, movie, show, real life. Every time I hear that I wanna puke, it's giving. Using like 100 times in a sentence. Slay. Bet. Swag. Yes, people still use that. You must be fun at parties. It's like that everywhere. Did you read it? The Reddit retort. It is what it is. Literally meaningless, and people act like it's a profound statement. These words are not annoying as long as you say them ironically simple as that. Smiley face, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, living my truth. That's awesome, but sooner or later we all have to live in reality, obsessed. Jesus H, every freaking influencer is obsessed about everything. Annoying. Hack, please just call it what it is, either advice or tip if you're looking for it. Slay. Edit is said like almost every day and it makes wanna take murder charges. Game changer. Example, I just found a quarter in the couch and it's a game changer. Fuck around and find out. It was pretty funny at first, but it's just been overused. Do your research. Ah, yes, because your 5-second Google search was research. Sigma Giga Chat Ohio Delulu, people who use those terms are so annoying. Cringe, Gaiet, Sus and all the other moronic words Gen Z and Alpha come up with. Woke. Those using it do not use it properly, so it now means something else. Gifting. Gifted. You mean given or gave, FFS. To give verb. Gift noun. When people use the word violence, to describe someone speaking to them. Physicality. It is what it is. Athleticism. It's God's will. MAGA. Trump 2024. Deadass must be an American thing, cause we don't hear that where I am. Cringe. Motherfuckers aren't even using it correctly as an adjective. Lol. Deadass, it is what it is, no cap, bet. Living my most authentic life. The word toxic gets thrown around a lot when talking about relationships. Adorable. Although I think it's not as prevalent now as, say, a year ago. The Swedish word folkpower. Another way of saying a celebrity is popular. BT. I get really slappy when I hear that more than once in an hour.